Welcome back everyone to another technical analysis, and today we are taking a look at LTC coin. Now, since last time we tried to catch a smaller short position here, which eventually we failed because we didn't get the entry we were looking for. So just a quick overview of the last technical analysis. We tried to see a proper breakdown from this area. We didn't see, we had a slight upside movement and then the fill of this CMA gap, which then again resulted in a bounce from the EMAs, and of course a steep movement to the upper zones, basically initiating this kind of movement here. So if we would base our analysis on this area here, then this would be the break of structure zone, and this would have been the entry for us. Or if we would go to the smaller time frames, for example, not trying to waste any time with this, but just to give a quick overview. So we had recovery, and this would be the entry for us. Now, since then we had pretty decent upside movement, and going to remove all the previous things that we had. Now, what do we see? So we had overall, going to take the brush, we had this upside movement here, followed by downside movement, then yet again upside movement, then again downside movement, smaller one, and now looking these lines here, so a break of previous highs. Now, just based on this analysis, or like the history repeatance, we would say that we still have some room to grow up until basically this region here, which is like additional 16% of market price movement. And now, just because price has already launched itself, and on daily time frames there is not much more space to go anywhere, then the best scenario here would be on the daily time frame the dollar cost average the position, with stop loss being closer to this region here, and of course having like at least 4 entries, with each being like 1% sizing. Now, talking about the 30-minute time frame, the dangerous zone here is once again this CMA gap, which as last time we had a pretty strong like correction movement, and we might see a similar thing happening here as well. Or actually we might not even see it, but for a short position, this video is going to get so messy, but this is going to be the first trading setup or the second trading setup. So the first trading setup was this dollar cost average position. Now this trading setup is about a short position. So if we see the break of this region here, which is like a local low here, after forming this bullish trend, we had a breakout, then a liquidity movement, so a pretty volatile area in this region. If we see that sellers overtake this area, this would be our shorting position for the LTC coin, with target being basically the CMA gap here. Maybe not fully, but at least halfway. So in this case, risk and reward ratio is like 1 to 3. Now, if we see the break of this region here, basically let's drag it slightly up as well, then this would be our buy entry for a potential movement to the upper zones. In this case, would drag this here, and stop loss would be somewhere in this region. Now, going to the 4-hour time frame, just to confirm the risk and reward ratio for this trading setup. And basically risk and reward ratio is still pretty bad, won't lie, but there is not much more positions that can be taken on the LTC coin. Now, overall the major resistance area is still this place here, so this is the major target as of now. Now, getting the ghost bars, expecting a similar movement, and basically that's the game plan that we are looking for. A slight movement to the upper zones, as long as we keep the bullish movement above this EMA's area here, and once we reach this area of $150 or 145, it was even, not 50, then this would be an ideal setup for us, or like a position area for us to short this coin. So pretty long video, pretty messy one. There is a potential to take along on the daily time frame, or the 4 hour time frame, doesn't matter, still basically the same trading strategy with dollar cost averaging the position. There is a potential to take a smaller trade on 30-minute time frame with short position, where our major target would be the bearish CME gap on the in the regions of like this area here. I think it was like $110. And also if we form the breakout structure area near this zone here, so we still have the marker basically $130, then this would be also a potential for taking risk and reward ratio position of 1 to 1.5. Pretty bad risk and reward ratio, but I mean, if you are willing to risk, there is also other opportunities to take. For example, if we have this proper breakout, then there is also a chance to drag the stop loss not actually here but closer here. So it's all about the momentum, and definitely for the people who follow us know that we've been using an order book, and if you get a chance, then definitely take a look at the order book as well, because it will give you a better understanding of where might be a potential like magnetic areas and where price might like shoot or have liquidity grab as well. So that's it for the LTC. As always, thanks for watching this video and see you on the next one.